there are potentially up to 150,000 Koreans in the U.S. That are vulnerable and potentially a target for deportation. And that includes adoptees.
My mom just got deported.
This message is for any Asian MAGA out there. We're next. We're next. I want to remind you that we are closer to the undocumented immigrants that are being deported right now than we are to them.
Hi guys, welcome back again to the channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So just like we have the Latino communities and every other community who supported Trump, like the Palestinian for Trump, Latinos for Trump, blacks for Trump, all those minorities that supported Trump, we also have Asians for Trump. Like Asians did actually support Trump, okay, during this election. And I came across some of the videos and I tend to share about how some of them are crying out and talking about how they regret voting the way that they did. Okay, so that feeling so bad that they did what they did. I also saw videos of some people who were really excited about their whole vote. Okay, before even casting the votes, like these people you're seeing on my screen, they were talking about how they're excited about voting Republican instead of voting Democrat, and they shared their reasons, okay, why they prefer the Republican over Democrat. Anyway, let me just roll some of the clips I've gathered for you guys, then we'll come back and talk more. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments, and please do what to subscribe to my channel.
Ajma here, reading the news that there are potentially up to 150,000 Koreans in the U.S. That are vulnerable and potentially a target for deportation. And that includes adoptees. I would very much like off this timeline, but we're going to do what we can to be prepared and to be kind and to not panic, and no matter what, we shall be kind, and we shall try to do our best to do everything that is right with the universe. The arc of justice is very, very long.
This message is for any Asian MAGA out there. We're next. We're next. I want to remind you that we are closer to the undocumented immigrants that are being deported right now than we are to them. We have more in common to the undocumented immigrants than we do to them. You remember how quickly MAGA turned on us during COVID, and it didn't matter if you were Chinese, Vietnamese, Korean, Japanese, Filipinos. To them, we were just chinks responsible for the China flu. It is foolish and frankly embarrassing that you think just because you wear the red hat that you're going to be spared when your time comes. This country is never going to be pure enough or white enough, and they are never going to accept you the way that you accept them. They have forgotten that they too have immigrants' blood in them, but let us not forget the crazy, difficult journey our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents took to get here, to escape their country for a chance of a better life. This is not it. Everybody deserves that chance.
Recently, I found out that Vietnamese Americans are the only Asian group in America that lean Republican. Yes, out of all the Asians, we Vietnamese Americans are Republicans. 51% of us are anyways. Not myself, sorry. But I'm not surprised because I have encountered obviously a lot of Vietnamese people in my family, just hearing around kind of Vietnamese radio and things like that, what they talk about and things like that. And yes, they're very Republican. And the crazy thing to me is this, which is that I think one of the big reasons why they became very pro-Trump is because of his stance against China. They don't like China, which I understand based on just kind of Vietnamese history and everything, right, with communism and everything. But the crazy thing to me is that when someone looks at them, when someone looks at me, they don't have some sort of scanner that tells them, oh, this one, look at his eyes, he's Vietnamese, he's not Chinese. No, fool, when they look at you, when they look at me, they just see a Chinese person, an Asian person. They don't know. They don't know the difference between us. So when they say Chinese, they actually are talking about you too, right? And let's not get even into my mom and aunts and uncles and stuff. They're always talking about how, oh my God, all this Vietnamese food is so expensive now. The prices are crazy high. Wait until the tariffs hit. You want Trump? He's going to bring those tariffs, and you think it's only for China? No, it's all your Vietnamese food. All the food that you eat, the only things you will eat. All of that stuff will double in price or quadruple or whatever the heck. And then you will see. I try to tell them this, but they will not listen. But Vietnamese Americans, get your act together. I'm just glad that hopefully the younger generation, you will change this. Hopefully.
So it's being reported that the Trump administration has deported African and Asian migrants to Panama. Now, this is the first of its kind under the Trump administration. Marco Rubio had gone around Latin America to make deals with the presidents of Panama, Guatemala, El Salvador, and other countries to accept migrants from other countries. Because when a person is being deported, it should be a conversation between the two governments. But a lot of Asian and African governments don't accept their deportees. So to fast track the process, Trump is just sending migrants to other countries. And on that flight, there were also citizens from Afghanistan, China, India, Iran, Uzbekistan. They were families with children. And on a flight that went out today, there were more Asian migrants, African deportees, including migrants from Cameroon. Trump is bypassing all norms, not respecting people's rights, and just sending people who have made their life in the U.S. to another country. This practice is inhumane. And this practice is going to happen more often after Marco Rubio made so many deals for Latin American countries to take in migrants.
So they rolled back DEI. You know who these people hate other than black folks? Asians and women. Women. They don't want y'all in the workforce either. They don't want to see y'all face. For some reason, y'all thought they was just going to attack gays, black folks, and the migrants. They're going to attack everybody that they don't like. I see so many people rolling back their support. And then in shock and awe. Oh my God. Police officers, firefighters, white Christians. Shut up. Shut up. You're surprised that somebody who said ran their whole campaign off of racism, bigotry, and bias is showing racism, bigotry, and bias towards people that they don't like? Police officer talking about something. I can't believe he supports the January 6 people that attacked me. He supports people that attacks police officers. Yes. And you thought because you were white, you thought because you were white that it was going to be different for you. No, it's not. He supports criminality. He supports racism, bigotry, and also bias. There's only one side, his side. And if you ain't on that side, then you're against it. Black folks been going hard for 400 years. We gonna be good regardless. We've been fighting our ass off regardless. We been ready. But y'all, you better learn how to fight, learn how to square up.
This may be the most important thing that I ever say. Asian Americans did not crack the code. It is that Asian Americans are white supremacy's favorite cipher where it comes to writing the fiction that white supremacy doesn't exist. Asian Americans do have the highest median household income by race in the United States, and we also have the highest wealth gap, with the highest income Asian Americans earning approximately 11 times as much as the lowest income Asian Americans. Also, Asian Americans are not the highest earners in the United States. Those individuals are white people. The logic being exercised here would be as if I took Jeff Bezos' household income and the household income of an unhoused person and used it to prove that the unhoused person has no problems because their median household income is billionaire. But the short answer to this is the Asian ethnicities that earn the most in the United States correspond to the Asian ethnicities that receive the vast majority of H-1B visas. In case your next question was, if the United States engages in so much white supremacy, why does it provide so much opportunity to immigrants in the form of H-1B visas? And it's because employers can pay employees who receive H-1B visas less than they would have to pay their non-immigrant counterparts. So it allows employers to gain access to highly skilled employees. And for the most part, immigrants who receive H-1B visas are able to earn more in the United States than they may be able to earn in their countries of origin, even if they're being paid less than their non-immigrant counterparts. Another reason why the United States does this is exactly to get people like you to ask this question. If Asian Americans seem to be doing well in the United States, that would indicate that white supremacy doesn't exist. The negative implication is if Black, Brown, Indigenous, and other people of color are not able to do as well as Asian Americans, the problem must not be white supremacy, the problem must be cultural to those demographics. However, if you look at Asian Americans who came to the United States not through high selectivity policies like H-1B visas and student visas, it becomes apparent that they do struggle with lack of equitable access to resources, and for them that has harmful outcomes very similar to the outcomes experienced by Black, Brown, Indigenous, and other people of color.
It's really surprising to know that lots of Asians voted for red. Like, they all tweeted towards Republican. And reason being that they know that the man over there, okay, is anti-China, sort of. Okay. So because of that, they decided, according to this creator, they decided, the Vietnamese creator, they decided to vote the way they did, because these Vietnamese they have a history around, with Chinese or so. According to him, he was saying that they have this history and they do not like these people. That's the reason why they decided to support this person who doesn't like the people they don't like. And this is what we have been saying all along, that some of the reason why some persons voted the way they did was because the person they voted for doesn't like the person or the people they don't like, right? And that's why they chose to vote the way they did, right? Coming online to see this, I'm just like, is it that they don't understand, or they have not experienced what it means to be a minority in a country, okay, that doesn't care if you have a brown skin or you look like me or anything, right? I just keep wondering, like, what exactly were they thinking, that when he comes into office, they're not going to, when the whole mass deportation thing starts, the whole policies get enacted, that they will not be, deported just because they were wearing the whole red heart and singing the praises of Republicans and saying, oh, MAGA here, make America great again. Like, was that what it was in their mind? Or they just said, you know what, it's just better we just do this. This is the best way to go. And they can come online to say, oh, we're coerced into doing this, because nobody actually did that, right? You did it by yourself. Unlike that other woman who, I think the Cuban woman who came out and was saying that they were coerced into doing it. But these people, I've not seen any video online, of them saying that they were coerced. Instead, I saw a video of somebody saying, oh, that the reason why they decide to vote for Republican is because Democrats do not understand the meaning of communism, all of that. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Anyway, it's actually a fun that season, okay, for a lot of people who are getting deported or who their family members are getting deported. But I just hope that it's not too late for them to find out. And anyway, I think it's already too late. But you guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment. Like, let's just have that conversation. What do you think about this whole Asian people who are getting deported and who voted for MAGA? What's your thought about them? Let me know in the comments, and please do well to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. I look forward to seeing you guys on my next video. Bye guys.